There's nothing better than good training for good youth workers. Well, that is unless the good training is local, like the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference. And that's what we're talking about today here on the Youth Worker Daily. Hey everybody, Jay Hyam here, and this is the Youth Worker Daily, where we hope to encourage youth workers like you with tools, tips, resources, and helps so that you thrive in youth ministry. The youth ministry that I participated in was mostly either volunteer or part-time. And at that time, for me to learn what it was to be a youth worker, well, it left me just to look and read a few books. I took my first full-time youth worker role, and one of the first things that our lead pastor said I needed to do was to attend the National Youth Workers Convention. Well, I attended it, and it changed everything about my youth ministry. In fact, what it did for me was create an intense value for good training in the world of youth ministry. And since then, I have participated in a number of conferences and conventions, seminars, workshops, breakouts. I've read dozens, if not more, books. And I've come to really appreciate and value when youth workers who are in the trenches doing youth ministry take the time to share what they've learned and what they've experienced with other youth workers. And there's no better place for you to experience that than when you come to the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference. Started in 2014, the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference has become really an amazing opportunity for folks in the Western PA, near Pittsburgh area, to come for some amazing training all in one day. And one of the great things about it is not only are you getting great national speakers like Doug Fields, like Duffy Robbins, like Josh Griffith, like Marco, like Chap Clark, like Walt Mueller. But what you're getting amazing in the trenches experience from local youth workers as they share what they've learned, what they've experienced, what they're doing in their ministry with other youth workers. So let's talk about who's behind PYWC, and that is two friends of mine, Doug Rary and Travis Deans. These two guys have been in youth ministry for a long time and have a real heart and passion for the local youth worker. And it was not too long ago, back in 2014, they launched what is now known as the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference. And it came out of, from what I understand of the story, it came out of a phone call that went to these guys from Duffy Robbins about an opportunity for him to come and speak in the Pittsburgh area. He came and spoke that first year, and since then they've been hosting the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference every year with a number of different speakers, general sessions, breakout sessions, but really what has become the highlight of this event is the fact that it is a local youth worker conference, mostly led by youth workers for youth workers. Not only is Doug and Travis a part of this amazing event, but just recently Duffy Robbins himself has become part of the director team for this conference. And so now Duffy's pouring in his experience and all the things that he's learned here in this area, and it's we youth workers who get to benefit from this. So why am I bringing this all up? Well, I'm bringing it all up because the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference is actually coming up at the end of this month here in October. The dates are Friday, October the 25th. It's a one-day walk-in, get your training, walk-out type of event that begins at 9 o'clock and runs to 4 o'clock. Basically what happens is as you arrive, you're greeted, you register, you check in, there's going to be some exhibit booths for some local ministries. even some national things. I'm pretty sure DYM is going to be there. They were there last year. I've heard rumors that they're going to be back this year. But you have a chance to kind of get to meet some of the local ministry resources. You get to look at some of their materials. There'll be a number of camps there. Of course, one of my favorite camps, Pine Springs. I believe they're going to be there. They were there last year. Maybe they're not going to be there. I probably should check to see if they're going to be there, but they might be there. Anyhow, but you're going to see camps. You're going to see all sorts of resources. So you have some time to kind of mingle and greet and meet and do all that fun stuff. But then you have a morning general session, morning breakouts, and then lunch, and then an afternoon session, and then afternoon breakouts. It's really, really quite awesome. And here's the best part about all of this. It's only going to cost you $40. $40 for an all-day conference, and that includes your lunch, which is, they say it's free, but I'm sure it's part of your registration, but it's Chick-fil-A. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to come and have lunch and enjoy some good Chick-fil-A? So here's what's happening. I know this sounds like a commercial. I don't want it to be a commercial, but I know Travis, I know Doug. I've attended this conference. And I think it's really valuable. And so I'm doing this to not just promote the conference, but kind of get the word out to other youth workers who might see this vlog and talk to them about how good this conference is. So, like I said, it's been around since 2014. I've been wanting to attend this for a number of years, and the dates just kept on falling on conflicts. But last year, the date was perfect. I had no conflicts. I was able to go, and it was totally worth it. General session speakers were great. I think last year, the one that really kind of hit the home run was Bob Lenz was there, and he just drove home a powerful reminder of why we do what we do and the importance of us doing what we do in the type of culture that we're in right now. Like kids need youth ministry, good, strong, solid youth ministry. They need Jesus, and we're the ones that are bringing it to them. And so it was a great reminder of why we're doing what we're doing, and kind of a punch in the arm to keep on going. And then Duffy Robbins spoke later on in the evening and had another great, amazing message that kind of fueled us up and really got us jacked up and ready to go. But I attended last year and was just super impressed by how well it was run, the quality of the speakers. Like I said, they're bringing in national speakers to come and talk to local youth workers. Like, you're not getting on a plane and flying all over the place. You're not like having to travel long distances. You're coming in. They're coming to you, and you get to benefit from that. But then after the sessions, I was really excited and interested to see the breakouts. So I attended the breakouts, and they were great. I mean, they truly are. They're local youth workers who are just sharing their experiences and maybe the little expertise that they have in whatever topic area that they're speaking of. And it's fantastic. And you're getting to learn from youth workers who are actually doing youth ministry in that region, which I think is important, because I think sometimes we can go to bigger conferences, we hear what guys are doing like in the mega churches, and we think, gosh, we need to do that at my church because it's working for them, so it's going to work for me, and we try it, and then when it doesn't work, we're like, what happened? It worked for them, why didn't it work for us? But when you're hearing from local youth workers who are in the same culture and context that you are, or at least a similar culture and context, like what they're bringing is more valuable, because they're bringing to you what works in this area. And so I found it super helpful last year to be a part of the breakouts, and to learn from them. Some of the things that I think you need to think about for this. One, this is a local conference. So, if you are in the Pittsburgh area or the Western PA area, even if you have to drive an hour and a half, it's totally worth it for you to come and spend the day at PYWC. It's completely affordable. Like I said, $40 for the conference. You're getting a national speaker. You're getting all the breakouts, and you're getting lunch involved with that. You can't beat that. It's a great value and an awesome way to do it. It's also great because you get to network. I mean, there's going to be a couple hundred youth workers from this particular region, the Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Ohio, from this region. And it's a great opportunity for you to meet, to network, to get to know some folks. Maybe find some people who are in your area that you didn't know were there, and then you can build a network out of that because you guys met at the conference. Another big benefit for this is the local ministry resources. Like, there will be people who are doing ministry in this area that can come along and support you, from retreat centers and camps to curriculum and all sorts of things that are being brought in to help you do ministry better. And so those are just a couple quick benefits for what's happening and why you need to be at this conference. Now, here's who's going to be at the conference. This year, we've got, it's really super exciting. If you're familiar with the Skit Guys, Skit Guys are coming, and they will be doing one of the general sessions. And then Duffy Robbins will be back, and he will be doing the other general session. And then in the midst of all that, you've got 12 breakouts that are going to take place, 6 in the morning and 6 in the afternoon. And those breakouts are going to cover a slew of topics, everything from preaching and teaching to students, to recruiting and caring for your volunteers, to how are we equipping students to share their faith and with their friends and at school, middle school stuff, high school stuff. If you're just starting out in youth ministry, there's a breakout for those just starting out in youth ministry. It's really awesome. I mean, everything you can think of, the big stuff, the big topics that we're dealing with today, there is a breakout for each of those. And so I encourage you to come and check it out. It's going to be really, really awesome. Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference, super excited about it. Doug and Travis and Duffy, they're doing a great job. It's going to be a great conference, and it's happening at the end of this month. So if you are in the Western PA or the Pittsburgh area, circle this date, Friday, October the 25th. Doors open at 8:30. Everything gets started at 9 o'clock, and we run until 4 o'clock. And it's going to take place at Christ Church at Grove Farm in Sewickley. Super easy to get to, right off of the Mount Nebo exit off of 79. If you're familiar with Pittsburgh, you know where that is. Super easy to get to. It is only $40, guys. $40 for the full day conference, and that includes your Chick-fil-A lunch. I mean, come on. What's better than Chick-fil-A for lunch? So, hey, I want to encourage you to come and join me. I will be there. I'm actually going to be leading a breakout session called The Complexities of Middle School Ministry. So if you are in middle school ministry, we will be getting together in the morning, one of the breakout sessions, and we'll be talking about some of the issues and things that come along with being a part of a middle school ministry. So I hope you'll come and check that out. But come join us, be a part of this. You need to go and register to make this happen. The date's coming up really, really fast. But you want to go to pittsburghyouthworker.com, and right there you'll see the icons and the information for this year's conference. Just click on the links, go to register, get yourself registered. Guys, if you have volunteers, bring your volunteers along. I mean, $40, it's local, you don't have to drive very far, there's no hotel stays, you don't have to pay for a bunch of food. Like, it's really an ideal situation for you and your team. So bring your volunteers, come and be a part of all of this. And guys, I'm super excited. I hope to see you here. If you are watching the vlogs and you are in the Pittsburgh area and you happen to see me, I'd love to meet you. So come on by, introduce yourself, and we'll chat. If you've been reading the Controlled Chaos blog, I'd love to know that. If you're a fan of the Controlled Chaos podcast with Justin and Kurt, I'd love to meet you and hear about your thoughts with the podcast, and then I can go ahead and send them back to Justin and to Kurt. But yeah, love the opportunity to get to meet you, get to see you, and hope we have a chance to run into each other. All right, as always, guys, we would love for you to subscribe here to the Youth Worker Daily. By doing so, you become part of this community, and you get the updates of when we post new vlogs, which usually, and it's going to be daily because it's called the Youth Worker Daily, so that means we post stuff daily. Kind of makes sense, right? So, but you'll be here, be a part of this community, you'll get updates when we do post our stuff. And of course, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you'll find us in all of those places at Youth Worker Daily. That is YTH Worker Daily. Guys, looking forward to meeting you at the Pittsburgh Youth Worker Conference. Hope to see you there. Go and register, and have a great day. We'll see you next time right here on the Youth Worker Daily.